You man, there's another one. Huh? Oh, there's another set. Oh, okay, not to cause confusion. Okay, when I'm asking. The ones who did not give, who took the 1 million will be arrested. Who stole their money will be arrested. I have got a police report when I was in Kapchorwa. So many mistakes. One mistake was people are not entitled. Civil servants, I don't know who, were giving themselves this money. Those ones I will not arrest. I will say pay back the money. I will not arrest if you got the money when you are not supposed to get. For now, I don't think I should arrest you. For now, I want you to pay back the money so that it is got by the smaller people. I'm going to put this officially. I have read your report. That lady is a police woman, a woman and also a lawyer. Very dangerous. To be a police woman, a police and then also a lawyer. Torna jomuyita. Bogendo no akolesa police. Bogendo no akolesa ba lawyers. So the ones who got when they are supposed to get, all I want is for them to pay back the money. I will not arrest them. But the one who Okunogora is to cut, to take part. Those they will pay back, but I will also arrest them. Because they are, I can say the other people, the ones who go themselves when they are not entitled, that one I can say Basovia. They made a mistake. But these ones, our baby, Befi, we call them Befi. Huh? Babefi. Babefi. These are thieves. So they will do both. They will pay, but also go to prison. Those ones we can say there was some confusion. Those ones who got that time, they will pay only what they got. There was some confusion. Now the SACCO committee who extort, they will be arrested. SACCO committee extort money from you give us so that we give you, we shall arrest them, and they will pay back the money. Now the 200 journalists in Bugisu who want 2 acres of land, I will buy you the 2 acres. Controller, these poor journalists, they want to get out of poverty, so I buy them 2 acres in Queen or someplace, wherever there is land. But there, I think it's better. Queen, Muzukuru, you are in Queen. Omagara Guram Bugisu. No problem, 2 acres. Is there land in Bugisu? Okay, 2 acres. Okay, carry.
Maybe you could give them a bit more. Because the 2 acres is what they are currently hiring. Maybe if the land is
we'll buy like 4,
expensive.
5. Okay. Huh? No. for the group. Mm. Okay, I have finished the 5.
Thank you, Excellency. Emma Boyo.
Lives watched the other day. And also thank you for condoling with our people who lost their lives in the Kakira accident. Your Excellency, mine is slightly away from PDM. We also have the wealth expression program, EMIOGA. Your directive was the best performing circles are to be given additional 20 millions. Up to date, Microfinance Support Center is yet to sanction the payment of the 20 million. And your very good Wazukulu outside there are wondering what could be the issue. And on the issue of landside, Your Excellency, many are questioning the slow response of government, because in 14 years, we've successfully resettled 115 people. But in the same space, over 600 have been buried by landslides. Many are asking that how I wish we adopt the urban development method, maybe to quicken the process of resettlement. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Thank you, Emma. Ronald Odongo.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. My name is Ronald Odongo. I work with Nexus Media. Mine is also equal away from PDM. A few months ago, we saw NRM believers who organized a kind of a ceremony to celebrate your achievement and the achievement of NRM in Canada. And that ceremony resulted into the expulsion of our ambassador, Joy Ruth Achek. Now, this decision by the Canadian government scared away some of NRM people who had wanted to continue celebrating your achievement. But when we found out this was as a result of the Anti-Homosexuality Act, which Uganda enacted, how much has the pressure from other Western countries resulted or affected our affairs as a country? Thank you.
Thank you, Ronald. Fred.
Good morning. Morning, His Excellency. I'm called Wambede Fred. I work with Daily Monitor. First, I appreciate His Excellency for these booklets. They are the second set that I'm reading after I read your book of Sowing the Mustard Seed. I thank you so much. His Excellency, my question. Recently, the Minister of State for Economic Monitoring was moving around sub-regions, and he found out that the 1 billion for roads that's being sent to the districts, that's supposed to rehabilitate roads, that some districts spend the money, but they don't rehabilitate the roads in every financial year. My issue is, which gear are you going to engage? Are you going to involve the army, especially at the lower local governments, to fight corruption? Another issue I wanted to let you know, His Excellency, is at the local government, there is an issue of misallocation of priorities due to maybe sometimes not due diligence by the civil servants. You find they take somewhere a milk, let's say a milk cooler in an area where there is no cattle keeping. And I thought they would be doing better than that. Those were my issues. Thank you, His Excellency.
Thank you, Fred. Gerald.
Your Excellency, my name is Gerald Matembo. I work with NBS Television. I'm the Bureau Chief of the Elgon region. Your Excellency, the benefits and outcome of the PDM program cannot be overemphasized. However, there is a challenge of the thin presence of extension workers in some districts, and this is affecting the progress of the program, where farmers are struggling on their own and they are not getting the necessary support to make sure that your effort does not go to waste.
Joseph. Your Excellency the President, I'm called Joseph Wanzusi. I've been reporting for the New Vision for the last 35 years. I'm based in Mbale. My question is from history. Your Excellency, 51 years ago this year, you made a dramatic escape from house number 49 in Maluku. The events that followed that escape led to the death of some people in this region, which also witnessed the first firing squad in February 1973 of Tom Masaba and Sebastian Namiru. After they were shot, they were buried in one grave. Is there a possibility that these remains can be exhumed when I talk to the relatives? Because I wrote even a story which came out in the New Vision of January 29th this year about that incident. Now, is there a possibility that these people, these bodies or these remains could be exhumed and be granted a decent burial? And also set up a monument.
You know the place?
Pardon?
You know the place?
Well, yes, they are buried just next to the Muslim limbo near Hamdan Girls High School in Mbale City here. So there are people who even know the exact place. Okay. If the government can assist them to exhume those remains. And also set up a kind of a monument. For example, upgrade Mbale Municipal Stadium to a good standard and maybe name it Namirundo Memorial Stadium, Mbale City. Okay. Thank you, Your Excellency.
How old were you that time?
In 1973, I was 17 years.
You were an old man.
Yes, I was a younger boy. And the next year, in February, I'm celebrating, and in September 22nd, I'm celebrating 70 years of age.
Oh.
Your Excellency, forgive me that opportunity.
Thank you. Oh, these are the. Now, the landslides, you know, the problem with many of these countries is that sometimes there's no vision, and the Bible says when there is no vision, a nation perishes. Now, I remember I used to have a lot of arguments with people here, including people like Mujasi. Where's Mujasi now? Is in Kampala. Oh. Who were talking also, the Bugisu must go to the mountain, to the forest, to get Malewa, because they have been doing it for a long time. So you can't stop them. When we were trying to tell them about the national park, the forest, please leave this forest, leave the park. Now they talk that the history, people have been going to the mountain. But people were going to the mountain when the population was small. Population was small. You can see the population of Bugisu, even at independence. It may be like 400,000 or something. Now, population has increased, and you can no longer go to that forest because we are many, and yet we need the forest because the forest is our water tap. Kametsi, all the Kametsi comes from there. The rain is trapped there. All these rivers, Manafa, this one, they all come from there. So therefore, those people who are pushing, who are not respecting the conservation of the mountains, we are really unknowingly enemies of our people here. And we try to tell them, but it didn't take long, then people started dying. Nametsi, I went there, Nametsi. I climbed up to that place. And we said, please, you people, you come down. So you are right here. When people were ready to come down, the government should move fast, should not waste time. We have now met in the cabinet and agreed that, of course, there are so many things to do. This one here, so many needs. But because people are ready to move, we are now going to do everything possible to resettle them. Resettle those who have land, like if I buy some land for the ones of Bududa, Bulamburi, but even the question of the urbanization, give us money so that the economy of the area is used properly. This mountain, it can be a gold mine for tourism. We keep the forest, let the forest go. We advise you that any place which is 32 degrees steep and more, please don't settle there. Because it's like settling on this wall here. Why do you settle on a wall? Only flies sit on walls. I even swear allowed to sit on something. Why? Why? This was not meant for settlement. It was meant to be forest. So let it respect what God did. God made this. Can you settle there at Wanare here on the cliff? You go there. Why do you even try? If God made it too steep, he didn't want us to settle there. Let's settle in other places. Now let's use this steep place for what it can be done safely there. And the safe thing to be there are the trees. They came to Jimere, because those miti, with their roots, they hold the soil. They hold the soil. They also hold the water for us. When it rains, the water goes in underground, and it comes underground and emerges down as Sesebere. You know Sesebere? You are the ones who told to me, your parents told me Sesebere. Sesebere. The other people call it them Enshuro. Now, the mountain will still be very, very useful because travelers, mountaineers who want to enjoy good climate will come and go through some path to the top of the forest and pay money. So we shall earn. So here we come down. That's why the idea of urbanization is correct. We come down, we get compensation from the government, and we build lodges down in the valley. So when the tourists are going up, they pass through here. And we get money from them. And it will be a big honor. We can even get money from carbon, what they call carbon credit. Yeah. carbon credits, the countries in the world can pay us for keeping those trees. Then we can have economies like, I don't know what it is too called for honey. Do you have bees there? They can make honey there. So the forest can be used economically but safely. Now the danger is okutwala ebitasoboka mu lusozi kubikolerayo. This is where the problem is. Muwakanya NRM nimbeerawo banandaala awakanya gavumenti mulimo mbawakanya gavumenti abeerawo omwaka after years awakanya gavumenti naye okuwakanya Katonda nga sikyamagezi oyinza kuwakanya gavumenti naye si Katonda. Katonda yagamba nti luno olusozi Abanyankole call it Olusa, steep. Leave it. Tuweyingiza mulimu gwa Katonda. So I'm glad that people have now seen the danger. Abantu bonna abafudde tebandifudde. The ones of Namezi, all these ones were, they shouldn't. But because of those empaka. Ate n'abakulembeze ababi abatayamba. But I'm glad now people are ready to move and we are going to do everything possible to move two ways. Those who can get land and do like Bulambuli, we shall do it. But the majority we can have the urbanization. I totally agree. Okufuniramu omuntu sente zimala family eveeyo, we have to it per family, not per individual. Per family. Okuwa sente z'okusobola okuzimba something, a rental down here, where you can rent and get money. We shall discuss it and see what figure is good. The other one, which Nabanya talked about, the 10 million, that's just partial. We shall have to give them more money. 10 million is not enough to relocate. The Myoga, I was not aware that some Myoga did well and they were not rewarded. I'm going to Lumba. Canadian government expelling a chain. If you ever assume to be quite a cool. One on the day one, do one Musiange. Everything I need is here. If there was who don't want you to, what are you looking for there? I need to be paid to go there. But look there, you are really sick people. When I see you want to go to Europe, go Europe to do what? They should beg me to go there. Usigende se nunyi ngawano nga Uganda ngireke wano ngende kwegayira nti muzikirize ngende mu TTZ ngende mu muzira nonye yoki. If they say we don't want you, say mwebale nnyo mbadde seetaaga okujjaeyo. So nze sibimanyi n'ebya Canada nakiwulirako naye tibyenkwatako nze. Kubanga ente zange ziri omuddo kisozi kati zeeyongedde okuva lwebaaga omwana omwana. Siwuliranga nti ente eza Museveni zikendeddeko oba ntemwanyi. The only thing with the mwanyi, what you need to do is to I normally don't agree with the Europeans, but on this one I will agree with them, where they say growing coffee in the forest tetugenda kugula emmwanyi zo awuzikiriza awo nkwataganya n'abazungu. So if you are growing food, growing coffee, ugenda kutuleetera ekizibu in the forest. I hear that's one of the qualifications there. Mpulira nti ndiwera buwulizi bwe ntyo sinabiyingiramu nnyo. But there I would agree with them. The ones who grow things in Ntobazi, wetlands, in the forest, bwe banaabiziraawo nange ngenda kubegattako abazungu. Ugenda kundaba Bulaaya n'abazungu twekalakaasa. But otherwise, omuwala bamugobye Canada akomewo akolayo ki? But Trump is different. But those fellows who have been pushing this program, I think they are running into problems. That's how the other group was defeated by Trump. You remember that? This group of homosexuals, of what? Don't bring up CIG to Uganda. So you can see they are losing politically within America itself. So I don't think you should worry yourself with those people. Thank you very much for telling me about the 1 billion road money, which is being misused. I'm going to check. And if they are, I will not bring the army, I will arrest the ones who are there to get new other people. I cannot go on saying that if a doctor doesn't do his work, I bring army doctor. Why? We shall be expelled, dismiss this one and get a good one. Civilian. Army can't replace all these civilians. And why? What was sort of to be there? We have trained so many young people. Some of the doctors don't have jobs. So why should we beg anybody to do his work? Milk. The ones who put milk coolers in the wrong place, that is carelessness. They will have to also be questioned. But that's why the question is, there are two channels of solving these problems. One channel is the popular channel, the elected leaders, LOCs, MP, bakola kyabo lwaki babiraba. Why don't they see those problems? Because that's why they are there. They are there to see those problems. That's why you elected. That's why the NRM created that LOC system. I knew myself. I'm the one who did all this because I was there during the colonial times. Mwechimuita history, nzechita current affairs. Kuonga naliwo. What you say, I was there. So I was watching the corruption in the British time, the Gombora chiefs, the vets, they were all corrupt. During the British time, this corruption, bribes, selling government drugs, like the medical assistants, selling the penicillin. You'll find Banyankole were calling them Abashaho, Babebunzi. People who are injecting people with the government drugs when they are not doctors, when they are not trained, they are not even health workers. So I know this corruption, and after independence, it continued. That's why when we got a chance to organize, I said, yes, the Gombora chief is there, the Moroka chief is there, the DC, there was somebody called DC, is there. I don't trust them. I don't want to remove them, but to be on the safe side, mwe bamwananchi mwerondera abamwe be baba bayimirira emirimo gyammwe gya gavumenti mu bitundu byammwe. Elect your own people. That's why the LC system, otherwise, if it is administration, there's already a Gomba. What should we have LC3? LC3 we put him there in order to stand for your the member of parliament, woman, man, they are all there. Why do they not see all these issues? The Zajja, 1 billion, tezakola ku nguudo, zakola ki? Balya biiryo, nti balya biiryo, bise biiryo, balya buli. Why? So channel eyo, but you say the Minister of Monitoring came and checked. Now, that's another channel. So that's one channel. Yokulondora to check how things are happening. The other one is mine. I have people called RDCs. Have you heard of them? Abantu abo mwali bamubawuliddeko. Waliwo gwe beeta RDC oyali awo. Waliwo gwe beeta DISO. Mwamulirako oyo. Ate GISO. Abo bonna bali bajjudde. Why don't they see this? Why don't they see this? Then now finally, kati mugamba nti oli omwana omuwala, okay, Akero, Minister of Monitoring, that she the one who came to see a child wano, which these people who are here are not seeing. But that's why you, because even you, they say, fourth estate, I don't know what this is. Mulamu mulina kyemukola ate mukolera media house obwavu okola obwavu bannange. Who will help the other one? Nawe muli eyo naye kati kyemukola kyamagezi okugamba nti ebya media house mubyerabire bwe banafuna akasente banaakuwa bwe baba tebafunye kulunda embuzi awo nkwatagana nakali kazukulu kange kaani kali kajjudith ako ak'embuzi. So, but you should now be exposing these people. The LC3 Minister Commission here, we are still paying them very low of pay. They may not have ability to move around. So abonyiza kubasonyerako naye omubaka wa parliament yandibadde akola omulimu ogwo to see all these mistakes. Kubanga sente this money is your money. Omanyi kati nafuuka Muganda kubanga mbadde mu Luweero emyaka gino gyonna. So when I'm speaking, sometimes I go into Uganda. So the ones who should be okulondora to track this money should mainly be the MP, because the MP is well facilitated. Oyotana kyekwasa. The LC3 ayinza kuwoza nti sente zibampeereza tezimala sirina ntambula. But the people who are suffering, are there. They can give you free information. The wananchi, they can give you free information. Now, the extension workers are few, but that one is not a problem, because the Ugandans listen to the radios, and all these radios, your radios, have free time. The government forced them to have free time for government work. So those hours are there. So even the district veterinary officer, even if he doesn't have people to go to the sub-county, if he takes time and goes on the radio, like every 2 weeks, people will learn from the radio. We call this in our language, in the language of education, we call this long distance education. Somebody can be here and teach people who are in UK. They are doing it on the internet, but here you can do it by radio. The radio can be used to amplify. Yes, the extension workers are few, but they can use the radio to reach many. So I don't accept that. These people, when I move around, they say, we heard you, that they heard me, you can imagine. We heard you talking about this, and that's why I started something here. So if they can hear me, who is so far away, why can they not hear these people? Singa, Bogera. But finally, Omusakuru, who is not as Omusakuru as myself, but relatively, talked about our fight here with the Aminu soldiers. I think it was the 22nd of January. That report was 23rd. The firing squad. But there was a report which the following day, I remember there was that picture in the Uganda Agas of my car, our car, which was parked outside. So I'm very happy that you have told me about the grave, that you know where the grave of Namirundi is. Masaba was not with us. Masaba was, I hear, had been an army officer or something. But the one who was with us was Namirundi, the young boy. He was 17 years, like your age. He was 20. Oh. So the Namirundu was the one bringing us food in the house. Mawumbe first put us in Bugisu. That Bugisu, you know where Bugisu is? He first put our fighters into Bugisu, but then somebody leaked it. There's some story there about who leaked it. Then when I drove from Kampala with my two comrades who died here, Kazamota and Mwesiga Martin, when we went to Bugisu, the house was deserted. There was nobody. In those days, there was no telephone. Even if there had been telephone, we would not have had this problem. You couldn't ring from far. You had to come physically to check. So when we didn't find anybody at Bugisu, we drove, came back to the road, and as we were climbing this little hill after Manafa River, Manafa Bridge, a Peugeot 4, they were called Peugeot 404, called Estate. It didn't have the backside. Came following. I had seen that car there when we went to the house, there was like a car somewhere there, but as if it was watching or something, but I didn't attend to it that time. So when we got to the road, after Manafa, this car came and overtook us and slowed down a bit, as if they were seeing what was inside our car and drove. But we continued because we were not in contact with Maombe. Got to the house, this house, which is house 49 here in Maluku. Got there, and Maombe's wife was there. She arrived, Betty. She's alive. And even the boy who was there was a young boy. Okay, they were there. So I asked Mrs. Maombe for some chai. She said she didn't have money or something. And I gave her money to buy bread and sugar. Then somebody went. But after some time, somebody said soldiers are advancing in the housing estate. Now there was some confusion on our side because our guns were in the car. So I told my colleagues, I said, no, the soldiers are looking for a thief. A thief? Then I told my colleagues, I think we better react. But Martin said, no, we are going to cause unnecessary, we're going to panic. Because we had documents, student documents. So when we were still, they came around the house and said, you people, you get out. So we got out. But fortunately, me, I had a pistol. Although the guns were in the car, but I had kept a pistol and also secured it with a rope in my belt. So they said, who are you? I said, we are students. Then the fellow didn't ask any question. You enter the car. You put it. Who has got the key? I said, I'm the one with the key. She put a gun here, so you enter the car. No, I was now sure that they knew who we were. So I walked like this, as if I'm going, because the car was parked facing the forest, you know, the other forest. They call it Sauta Road. It was facing south, because this is east. The sun comes from this way, west. So Maluku, the house is like facing west, and the back is east. Back of that house, but the car was facing south. So I walked as if I'm going to. There was a hedge there. I don't know, quite high. I don't know how I jumped over it. So when I did, I jumped over the hedge because I wanted my people also to do the same, to scatter my group. But they made a mistake. They stayed. So I jumped over the fence and I started running. Then these two soldiers followed me, started shooting, but they were missing. Somebody who's running is not easy to hit. Now, there's a fellow who survived narrowly. Walimbwa. Walimbwa is what? Oh, he's the Prime Minister now. So as I was running through the housing estate, then these civilians came to intercept me, thinking that I was a thief. That's when I stopped and I fired at the soldiers. They said that I injured him. I didn't know that I had injured him. I fired at them. When I fired at them, They never fired back again. They ran back. They fled. The soldiers who were chasing me. And then the civilians also fled. And then more. They all fled. Now, Maumbe's wife and the boy who were at the house. Now my colleagues stayed there now. So when they came back, that's when they killed them. It was so unfortunate. The two of them. Now I didn't know what had happened. So I entered the forest. The big problem was there was a thicket, a bush, a grass thicket. There are tall grasses which Banyankole use for straws. Umhihi. The ones which they are tall grass. It's not a muri, the other muri of not reeds. But that's why you have a place called Chihihi. That grass was like maybe 20 meters between the forest and the housing estate. That one was very, because I was going through it and then it was very strong and I was leaving a very big trail. If those soldiers had followed, it would have been easier to shoot, but they didn't. They had run away. So after very tired, I hit a drainage channel. There's a drainage channel, a drainage channel going. I don't know where it is going to. That's what I ran along and entered the forest, and then walked up to. Then I emerged on the road before Bugema. So I wanted to know whether my colleagues had got out. I walked back to the town with my. I had my gun. I checked. I had used some bullets, but I was remaining with 8 bullets. One in the gun and a spare magazine. So I walked back. I walked. I wanted to come back to the town, but there was nobody on the road. It was all deserted. So when I was getting near there's what they call. Yesterday I passed there, found the army has put Wazalendo circle. It used to be military police. So when I was getting near, I met a young boy. He said, "Where are you going? Where are you coming from?" I said, "I'm coming from Manjia." I knew the areas. Coming from Manjia. Where are you going? I said, "I'm going to Kampala." He said, "Oh, don't go to the town because the guerrillas have fought with the army. The army has killed 2 people, two soldiers, and the army has killed 2 guerrillas." That's how I knew that my colleagues had been killed. I don't know how she had got it. She had got it. So I said, where do I go now? She said, "No, let's go back. There's a lodge near Bugema. There's a road going to the mountain before you get to Bugema. A road going to the mountain, Maramu Road. I don't know what they call it. There was, along that road, there was a brand new lodge that time, which had been opened. So I went there and slept. Then the following day, I woke up. Then I went on the road. I saw they had made a roadblock at the barracks there. But I crossed the forest, entered the forest, went through the forest, through the railway, walk along the railway on this side, on the right, through the gardens, the plantations. Then I emerged at Nabmari Road. I emerged there. I had bypassed the roadblock. That's how I got into a bus to go to Kampala with my gun, because I had to keep my gun. I didn't want to And I went without a problem. When we got to Chireka, there was a huge roadblock there. Then they said, you get out. We got out of the car. Now, there's somebody whom God wanted to leave, so that I also leave. The soldier, he looked at me, he said, who are you? He said, I'm a student. I was going to shoot him if he had tried to check me. But he had, he said, go back to the car. So he wanted to leave me. I went back to the car, went through the roadblock. So that is the story of this Musakuru, this junior Musakuru I was talking about. So I didn't know that he knew that people knew, because we recovered the bones of Kazimoto and Mwesiga and buried them. We did DNA tests and buried them. So I'm very happy to PPS. I want you, maybe Kasinje, you can follow up this with the other Musakuru, the other old man, junior old man, he's not very old man, just 70 years, about our people who were killed here. Masaba was a former army officer, he was not part of our group. Mm. No, I know everybody who was involved. Masaba was, I think he was a former army officer who had fallen out with their means, separate from us, because they had their own internal. You had people like Kauka, you know Kauka? Kauka died recently. Major Kauka. He was in Bugisu. Major Kauka, Major Ongodia, Captain Ongodia. They had their own conflicts within their army. But the one who was with us was Namirundu. He was the boy bringing things to us. Okay.
Thank you, Excellency. They request a group picture with you, perhaps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, no matter what I'm doing to the journalists, controller, these journalists are poor people, and they are working for poor media houses. Kati bw'ofuna abawandiisa b'enjala, enjala munange batabanya, bawandika bino nibyawandika tabimanyi. So I have been supporting their circles, but these ones I'm going to buy land for them. That will be my contribution. But they were also saying that they don't have transport. So I'm now giving each zone a drone vehicle. I gave the ones of Karamoja, I gave the ones of like that. I've been giving. We can organize you so that whatever happens to your media houses, although we are also going to discuss that, should we have a media house which is poor? Should we close it or what? But we can't support doing nothing. Radio umuntu how can you start a radio as a person? Why? Radio. Because radio is a big thing. As we see our system develops. So nakati nga bwebaze wano bampere 1 million wanaddayo. They shouldn't get stuck on the road and say we're coming from Museveni, we got stuck on the road. Kale mwebale. Okay, controller. Chakwani may come later, but they want to make a study tour. Study tour to Kabumu, this western new side. There's a very good boy here called Ijara in Soroti. You should also visit him. Very, very successful. So organize with them the study tour and the support. Okay, thank you. Atonda Bakune. Oh, group photo.